Hello, and welcome to the garage.
Hey, short, chubby, and fuzzy here with Silos the comedian, aka Dumbo.
Yeah, I flap because I care, okay?
Alright, hey, we got a great show for you tonight. Tonight we got a bunch of stand-up comics here in the garage in Santa Fe Springs, and we're going to bring you the best show possible tonight.
Our live audience is basically the people performing at the moment.
Woo!
Woo! So anyone who wanders in, we're going to go ahead and welcome you in and tell you shut up.
Hey,
Okay?
I just want to
Because that's how the comedians work. You don't talk during our sets, you laugh. Laugh, shut up, laugh, shut up. If any of you have heard that bit from, I don't know, what's his name? He's not important anymore.
That's true.
You know, we're going to go ahead and just let you enjoy this show right now.
Alright, quick shout out to Stars Hookah Lounge. Thank you for broadcasting tonight. We appreciate it.
Once again, to the comedians who are on the dais right now, you can share the link. It's going to be set up to YouTube right after the show. Probably about half an hour. The thing will be on YouTube, so you can share that video after as well.
Alright, don't forget, tonight's an extra long show. We're going to be coming to you live with an hour and a half as opposed to our usual hour show. So hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to let Silos take over.
Okay, much like the Hookah Lounge, we want to keep on smoking here. You know, been doing this show for just over a year and a half now, and this is the second time we've done a all stand-up show. The last one we did was so successful we had an entire one guest.
Woo!
Thanks again to Stefan Jones for coming out for that one. That was a great show for him. We call that one the Stefan Show because it was all about him. And you know, I appreciate the fact that people come to actually talk to us. But you know, it's not always so pretty up here. You know, obviously we're in an actual garage. I don't know if you noticed. There's motorcycles off to the side of me. There's ellipticals off to the side, by the way. $100 if you want one. I'll pitch it. I don't care. It's my brother's stuff. You know, I'll sell it even if he doesn't know about it. But right now we're gonna go ahead and get it started. Our number one was who was it again? Okay, we're gonna get our number one right here. He says he's got about a half an hour worth of material, but we're gonna have to cut him off at about 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and welcome out Rob Banks.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you guys doing?
All right.
Yeah. Exciting.
It's good to hear. I can hear it all the way from the Hookah Lounge to the Pizza Parlor. Here we are in the scenic area. This is like the Comedy Central half hour. So I recently turned 19 about 8 months ago. And I'm out on my own. I left the house, but I'm just out here. I'm out on the prowl, just like everyone else. But there's still things I don't really understand, being this young. I don't understand payphones. And when you guys refer to them, I have no idea what you're talking about. Casual sex? When is that supposed to start? Do I sign up? Where do I sign up for that? Is that, like college aid or something? Like TV, cable, we've had that for at least 100 years now, but yet I don't have AT&T where I live. I only have Time Warner Cable, and that's ridiculous. I paid $50 for it to not work at 3 a.m. But I moved out here last November. I moved out to LA. I'm from Ohio, and it's a little different from Ohio being out in LA. And I moved into this shared living home, and as you can tell, I come from a white family. And in this shared living home, it was different groups of ethnicities. So it was kind of a new experience for me. It wasn't a bad one, but it was a new one. The house is split up is mostly white guys, some black guys, and one Filipino guy. And he scared me the most. Because my grandfather told me, he's like, hey, I served in the Philippines, and I banged every woman down there. So I could be related to any Filipino person. So that's why he's a lot of the black guys, they say the N-word a lot. I introduced something new to them. I said, hey guys, how about instead of the N-word, we say Nathan. And so they didn't really go for it, but it was like my Nathans weren't feeling it. I recently bought a gun.
Yay, guns.
It was I never bought a gun before, but I don't know if I bought it right because I went into the gun store. I actually told my friend, I was like, hey, can you take me to the gun store? I'm buying a gun. And he's like, all right, yeah. And then so he drops me off. I'm like, hey, pick me up in like an hour. And so I go in the gun store. It wasn't like this garage or something. It was an actual gun store.
That's cool.
And I talked to the guy. I was like, hey, I want to get that shotgun. And he's like, all right. And so he starts bringing it up, and he like, oh wait, we gotta do the background check. Like he almost like my name's Rob Banks, and he forgot to do the background check. You know.
That's very subtle.
So he gets on one of those rotary phones, which surprisingly enough, I know that, but not pay phones. It was a weird history class. What can I say? And he calls the person. He's like, "Hey, is Rob Banks a good dude?" I guess supposedly he just said, "Hey, there's nothing on my screen. He's good over here." And so I bought the shotgun. And all right, so we're 10 minutes in the story. Let's do a quick recap. 10 minutes in the story, and I told my friend to pick me up in an hour. And so now I'm like standing with the shotgun. I'm like thinking, like, do I get a box or something? And then I even asked the guy. I was like, do I get a box? He's like, no. So next thing you know, I'm standing outside with a shotgun, just hanging out. So like 5 minutes go by. I walk home with this shotgun. No Nathans mess with me on that walk home. No one messed with me on that walk home. And then I finally got home. I realized that I lived with my mom at the time. I couldn't just like show up with this. My mom would be kind of like, why do you have a gun? Like, that's not something that you can do. And then, quick thinking, I go in, I'm like, hey mom, I got you a gift. It's not what she wanted at all, what I later found out. I literally, for the whole week after I made that decision, there was responses of like, you need to return that gun, you're an asshole, I'm going to shoot you with this. Just ridiculous. My friends came over and they're like, hey, why don't we shoot the gun? I was like, I don't want to do that because if I do have to return it, then I'm not going to get full price for it. If that makes any sense. I don't even know if you can return guns, the 30-day policy. I didn't get the paperwork for that. My name Rob Banks. Alright, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not my real name. The reason I use Rob Banks is because I've always liked how rappers use they use fake names and they always have cool music videos. So I was like, hey, somehow this applies with me. I'm going to have a stage name too. My real name, though, I won't leave you guys hanging. You won't leave with a cliffhanger. My real name is Nathan. But I prefer if you guys call me Rob Banks because I'm a real Nathan. I watched Whale Wars the other day. Spoiler alert, the show sucks. For some of you guys that haven't watched the show, it's about these people who go kill whales, and it's about these people who try to stop them with water hoses, pretty much. And I just want to say thank you to all the people who kill the whales. Because I'm not a sailor, but I imagine it'd be pretty hard to navigate the seas with too many whales around. You know? I have a roommate in Los Angeles. I share a two-bedroom with one other person. I didn't know getting a roommate would make me become a legal guardian for somebody, because that's how I feel like it's turned out. Like, I feel like I'm the dad of a 15-year-old, and I have to take care of him. Like, I do the I take the trash out, I do the dishes, I pay the Time Warner bill, which counts for something. It's pretty much getting me ready for marriage in a sort of way. And there's some pluses of it. I like messing with my roommate. Like, one time he said, "Dude, I think there's ghosts in here." I was like, "Yeah, man, there are ghosts in here. They told, like, I've been talking to them. They like me, and they don't like you." Another time, I came home from work, and he texted me, he's like, "Hey, can you be a little quiet? I'm trying to sleep." I was like, "Dude, you just set yourself up." I text him back, "Dude, that's not me. I'm still at work." Like, this dude, I hear from the bedroom, he's like shuffling, and then he kicks open the door, he kicks open the bathroom door as I'm hiding in the kitchen. I start messing with the drawers to hype up the intensity of this guy's fear. And then I finally jump around the corner just to surprise him. This dude had come out of his room with his shirt backwards and his laptop building over his head. Like, he was going to use that for a weapon. This dude takes karate classes. Is that what Sensei's teaching everyone now? While you're checking Facebook, kids, be sure you can also use your laptop as a weapon if someone's sneaking up behind you. Ridiculous. Dude, it wasn't cool. I gave him, and here's another quick bit of how he's horrible at making decisions. I gave him $10 because I had to go to work so he could get some food at the grocery store. He goes, "I don't know about you guys, but if you've eaten from the 99-cent store, because it's the worst food that you can buy." And for some reason, my roommate thought that was going to be the greatest deal. Like, hey, I'll just take this $10 and get 10 different items. He got wheat bread and and hot dog buns. They're all stale and stuff. The milk was supposed to expire the next day. And it's dude, you gotta pay attention. I'm trying to teach him lessons without I'm trying to be a good parent. Is what I'm trying to do. Alright, I got a quick few bits for you guys. And just one. Have you guys ever been at church and just realized it's the worst comedy show you've ever been to? They bring up God and I just start laughing. Alright, that's my time, guys. Thank you for treating me.
Yay!
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Woo!
Alrighty. 2, 3, next.
I actually picked that song specifically for you, Rob, because, that's the young black teenagers right there singing Tap the Bottle. And that was 4 white dudes that sang it. That was a freaking great song, though. They had a pretty good rhythm to it.
Yes.
All right, thanks again, Rob, for coming out, man. I appreciate it. You were hella funny, actually. I love that set. You guys did great. It's not always easy coming up to a screen and trying to get laughs from that. The hookah lounge, I can tell you right now, is laughing their heads off. And so is the pizza place, but that's probably because of the prices of the pizza. I'm kidding, guys. I love you. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. We're still here. All right. So we had number 2 coming up. Who was it?
Chris.
Chris.
No, I'm number 4.
No.
He's number 4.
Des.
Oh, it's Des coming up here. He's gonna feel his way up here. We got our next man. If you think he's giving you the eye on the screen, he's actually not, because he really doesn't see you. And that's not figuratively speaking or anything like that, man. He just really can't see you. All right, let him welcome Des Del Video up here. Come on up here, buddy.
Yes.
All right, right over here. Turn to your right, left. I know that one right there.
Your directions are terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's for nothing, huh? All right, to your left a bit, and you're facing the screen.
Oh shit.
Here you go.
Two
Here's the
steps
mic.
back,
Let's
Des.
take this one.
And I'll take that for you.
Oh my god. What's going on? Hookah/pizza place. Are they watching us there? Is that what's
They are
happening?
watching us.
Oh fuck, man! I feel like you guys are undressing me with your eyes. No, man, no. Thank you, Rob Banks, for detailing your financial situation with your roommate. I appreciate that. If you ever want a roommate, I'd be happy for you to pay my cable bill. That would be excellent. No, man. Yes, as Carlos mentioned, and as you saw, hopefully, I am a blind comedian. Only one of those things is a life choice, by the way. Oh man, no, I like you guys. What kind of comedy should I do? Probably not the observational kind, huh?
Tell us what you see.
I did a really short open mic set. I just told them all the things I saw, and then I was gone. There was no set. That's how it went. All right. Yes. Oh man. Kudos to Rob. You talking about guns and stuff. I was listening to the news, as I'm apt to do, and I heard that there's someone in the NRA, the National Rifle Association, who thinks blind people, such as myself, should be allowed to own guns. No, they should not. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of discrimination I can get behind. I was like, their defense is like, well, blind people should be allowed to defend themselves too, you know? Yeah, because the robber's going to have a fucking bell on, right? Marco, I'm going to shoot you. Say Polo. That'd be fucking awkward. As far as I'm concerned, there are 3 things blind people should not be allowed to do. Own guns, number 1. Drive. And be racist. You never met a racist blind person, right? You never had a blind person come up to you and be like, I don't like brown people. I don't know what brown is, but it should go back to its own country. Oh, racism. I'm not racist, man. Everyone's black to me, so it's okay. Fucking yeah. I love this, man. I love doing comedy for the internet. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. It's at Des Del Video. I'll spell that out for you. It's at ... Speaking of Braille, I bought the Braille version of 50 Shades of Grey the other day. I just wanted to touch something other than myself. I'm not hip to pop culture though, guys. I'm not hip. People of the pizza joint, I'm not hip like you guys. The hookah people might help me beat though. You guys are pretty fucking cool. I'm not up on pop culture, man. I used to think 50 Shades of Grey was a catalog for sunglasses. It is not. Yes. All right, man. Cool. I used to be against drinking, guys. I thought drinking was wrong. I'm in a room with a bunch of comedians, so I know I'm being judged harshly at the moment. But I used to think drinking was bad. I used to think drinking is bad. Drinking is stupid. They banned it in the 1920s for a reason. And then I had a drink. And then I thought, wow, I can talk to girls now. And so now I'm an alcoholic. That's not true. I still can't talk to girls. I can't, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Do any comedians here have advice?
No.
Pizza place people, if you want to yell advice, I could probably hear you. I was at a show, I asked somebody for advice, and somebody yelled, "Just be yourself," which is a terrible idea. You got no game when your dog gets better bitches than you do. Humiliated, man. I don't know. I haven't been on a real honest to God date in 18 months. 18 months. That's a long ass time. That's the average amount of time it takes the Spanish announcer to stop going, "Go!" It's true, you should check. 18 months, man. And I figured out why I think that is. I think it's because I figured out what women want out of a relationship, and that's eye contact. There are a lot of things I can give you, but eye contact is not one of them. I'm sorry. I could give you other things, like we could do it with the lights on. I won't mind. I don't even care what your face looks like as long as you occasionally sit on mine. I know some of you guys are eating, but so am I. That was new. I just did that right now. We're improvising and learning how to talk at the same time. Yeah! My favorite alcoholic beverage. Fucking sweaty up here, man. My favorite alcoholic beverage is it's a girly drink. I hate the taste of beer. I hate beer. Beer is horrible. And anybody who pretends they like beer is fucking lying because of manliness. It's not true. People tell me all the time, they're like, "You haven't had the right beer. You haven't had the smooth beer." Yeah, you know what? You can have shit be smooth. It's still shit. Okay? Alright. My favorite drink is a girly drink. It's a vodka, cranberry, and Red Bull. It's a VCR. I like the acronym VCR. I like this trend of naming cocktails after shit nobody uses anymore. I'm gonna invent a beverage called MySpace.com. It's you just add cough syrup to a Friendster. Alright, we're going obscure now. Not even Rob knows what that is. A payphone used to be a time machine. That's how people got around, Rob. Excellent. Now it's just where homeless people sleep. That's cool. I don't know. I like dating hipsters. My last girlfriend was a real hipster, which was cool. She knew where all the good places were to eat. She knew a lot of good music, but she only liked me because no one else did. It's cool though, because when I was doing her ironically. I like hipsters because they're always trying to bring back ridiculous shit. Like they're like, Instagram. Nah, man, I'm all about the Telegram. At signs and hashtags. Nah, man, I'm all about dots and dashes. Stop. I like how I had to laugh first for you guys to get that joke. Rob was doing payphone jokes. I beat your ass and I did telegram jokes. I expect someone to come up next and do sundial jokes. I don't even know what a sundial is, man. What the fuck is a sun? I don't know. I'm just like you know? People of Pizza Place, I'm just like you. I don't understand the same things you don't understand. For example, I don't understand math or science or colors. What the fuck is red? Alright, yeah. Oh man. People are all up on Facebook. The pizza place, I'm sure everyone there is on Facebook. I don't get Facebook, man. I get on Facebook and it's like, imagine being at a grocery store and somebody you went to high school with walks up to you and they're like, hey man, hey, we went to high school together. I went to high school in a Mexican neighborhood. I don't know why I'm making him sound like he's from fucking Memphis. But hey man, we went to high school together. I never talked to you. I was made fun of you. But do you want to start a farm together? That's what Facebook is like. Nobody remembers Farmville either? Shit. I'm old as fuck. Alright, man. Cool. I've noticed I'm getting a little older, and my musical tastes are changing. I need to get pumped up to do comedy. This is me pumped up, by the way. This is me excited. I look excited. This is my excited face. I get pumped up, and you know, I used to get pumped up to stuff like Iron Maiden or Metallica, fucking Slayer. Today I got pumped up to Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Fuck yes! Oh, that song, man, it just gives me such a fucking rush. So anyway, I feel like Miley Cyrus is, every time I hear her speak, her voice gets a little bit deeper. Like first she's like, I'm Miley Cyrus, and now she's like, I'm Miley Cyrus. And in 10 years she's gonna be like, I'm Miley Cyrus. I used to be Hannah Montana, but now I narrate documentaries about penguins. Oh man. Usually when they do comedy, they give you a light. Fuck that. Oh man.
I'll just snap my fingers.
Shit. You ain't gonna do nothing. I'm the show now, man. You might want to order another pizza or load up your hookah bag or whatever. Whatever it is the cool kids do. No, man. I'll leave soon. Here's the thing, though, man. I wish, right, that we do a lot of one-night stands as comedians. Well, that's not true. But that's the only way we find love is through a one-night stand. And I have trouble with one-night stands. I have trouble with relationships. One-night stands are even harder because for everyone else it's easy, right? When you find someone that you think is attractive, what do? You talk to her, or you get her number, or you take her home with you. I find a girl I think is attractive. I'm probably wrong about that shit. I think it's 2014, man. We need an app. We need an app that'll tell us if the girl we're talking to is attractive. And I'm not just talking about blind people, because I don't know about you, but when I get really drunk, I start to see shit, and I think it might work the other way. We need to know. We need to know. We need to know if the girl we're dating, needs to get dressed up in a schoolgirl outfit. Oh, that's hot. Or an invisibility cloak. That's an important thing, man. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm going to get off, but I want to leave you guys. People of the pizza place. People of the hookah establishment. Take heed of my words. People come up to me all the time and they feel bad for me. They're like, man, you can't see. That's fucked up. I don't think it's fucked up, and I don't think you should feel bad for me, man. In fact, you should feel bad for yourselves, and I'll tell you why. Listen to this. This is going to be, in 200 years, they're going to be quoting this instead of Plato. A world where the Kardashians are famous is not a world worth seeing. There we go. My name is Des Delgadillo. You guys are great.
Thank you very much, Del. Des. Yeah, that's right. We're playing Talk Dirty to Me for Des here. Because that's about the only thing you can do that'll make him feel good. Talk dirty to me.
It's hot.
It's hot in here. Please don't take off all your clothes.
Oh, shit.
It wouldn't bother Des, but a few of us in here would be like, what the No! Please, no! Oh, man. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and just keep moving here. Obviously, I come up with some stupid-ass jokes between each person, which is what a host does. And the worst one I could actually come up with is, hey, this guy's actually funny. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Michael James Benson. Did I say it right?
Yeah, no, sure, let's say that.
Okay, Michael James Benson. Mike James Benson.
Okay.
That guy.
Okay.
That's even better.
All right, I don't know what we're...
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Martin. 2 handicap comics in a row. This is the thing. This is... Oh, you are in for a real treat, too, Sniffy, smoky people, and the yummy cheese people. You are in for a treat. This is real. It's truth. It's honest. Even though the previous comic could say it, it's fucked. The hands fucked. You can see it. The hands fucked up. I don't know. You know, you're fine with it. No, it's fine. No. It's well. First, I have cerebral palsy. For those comics who've never met me, the worst thing is whenever it's called in the medical community, it's called dead hand. What's wrong with your hand? It's dead. Leave me alone. You don't have boobs. Get away from me. The worst thing about one of the worst things about having CP is that it feels like whenever I clap, it feels like I'm beating the other one into submission. It's like, oh, congratulations! I don't know why I'm hitting. It's already dead. Why am I keep on hitting it after it's already dead? There is just the worst. Because I'm 1/3 Irish, 1/3 Swedish, and 1/3 British. But my hand feels Italian. This kind of, oh, that's so spicy, meatball. Okay. That one was really stupid. I apologize, people on the internet. That is true, though. I don't like pretty girls pretending to be geeks when they don't have the information to back it up. Oh, I'm a geeky girl. Look at me. I'm a geeky girl. You're not a geek. You watch 2 episodes of Doctor Who after you fucked the fat man. That doesn't make you a geek. Doesn't make you a geek. Makes you a wonderful lady who should be having sex with more geeks. Get less STDs that way. I'm now talking to the 19-year-old because he needs to know that. I'm not going to say you're going to get no STDs. You're going to get some, ladies out there in the world. Just because a guy knows about the character of Chewbacca doesn't mean he doesn't have HPV. Let's move on. I don't understand free-range chicken. I'm going to say it. I know there's a plethora of white people in that pizza parlor saying, oh my God, I don't know, you've heard that, free-range chicken. Oh, it's free-range, it's so much better, it's free-range, You're still killing the chicken, right? You're still killing the chicken and eating its insides and using its feathers as some sort of chicken coat. You're still doing all that, right? Nothing bad's gonna happen to me. I'm a free-range chicken. Look at my wonderful breasts. All of a sudden, head off. Head off. That was dark. Who cares? I was in a 6-month relationship with a trans person.
so I am the most progressive person in this garage. I knew that I was the man in the relationship because I had the bigger dick. That's how I knew. Hey, listen, Tanya, my thingy's a little longer than your thingy, so we're gonna go see The Departed and not The Devil Wears Prada yet again, because this is 2006. All right. I'm not gonna say the sex wasn't weird. It was weird. Young Banks, it was weird. It's just, and I made both of our balls slapping up against each other. Anyway, it was disgusting. It was fun. You make compromises. I made compromises. You make compromises in every relationship. She knew how much I was into redheads, so she put red strands in her blonde hair, which I found really, really nice. And I sucked her cock. So you make compromises. I don't care who you are. If you're in a dedicated relationship and you say, I think you're a woman, and she says, I think I'm a woman too, and you believe her, then you do it. Anyway, it's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Moving on. I loved her. Let's move on. I love black people. I lick them so I can get their power. Do you know if you lick a black person, you can get their power? Do not do that, people at the hookah lounge. No matter how high you are, do not do that. Say if the comedian said if I lick you, I can say the N-word now. No, don't do that. I've licked plenty of black people and it's gone wrong. Very good. Which brings me to hip-hop. I love hip-hop because I'm white, I'm under 30, and I'm supposed to. It's the law. It is the law. But I think there's way too much censorship in hip-hop. I think we should put in all of the lyrics or none at all. Because right now, all we hear on the radio is this. Straight out of Compton, crazy mother, Ice Cube, from the gang called Attitude. I wanna... Yeah, yo! I love Jesus! I want Jesus in the That is not a fuck up with your internet, that is just how the bit goes. We were talking about, there are women who are into this blind man and young guy. I'm going to just stereotype you guys. You can know me as a crippled freak. That's what you can say. Now, there are women who are into this. This is disabledpassions.com. If you want, I can hook you up. No, because of that website, I've gone down on women in wheelchairs, okay? We called it Meals on Wheels. Boom! Oh, that was stupid. I like it though. It's very good. It's yummy. 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 I'm a bit of a manic depressive. If you don't know what that means, it means I go through a whole bunch of emotions really quickly. This kind of, yay! Oh no! God! Yay! Oh, God damn it. Or, to put it more into a sex joke type, it's if Eeyore fucked Tigger and some sort of weird baby with Daria. You're welcome on the 90s references. There's at moments like these where I assume that people are laughing on the internet because that's what they do. And when it's happening here, I'm fine. I embrace the silence, okay? Like Jesus once did when he did stand up. Read your Bibles, John 76:18. It's in there. And he did, and he went into the room and he tried to make them laugh, and they booed him, and then they put him on the thing. That's what happened. That's something that is true. Before I leave, I'm going to do two things because it's feeling like a long time. Before I leave, I'm going to do an impression for you. This is Spanish Michael Jackson, so this might walk the majority of the room in here, let alone the pizza place. But Spanish Michael Jackson. Here we go.
That's beautiful.
Spanish Michael Jackson, everybody. No, that shouldn't have been something you should have seen, you lovely middle-aged lady. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you middle-aged. I don't believe in age. I don't see color. I see attitude. All right. And by that, I'm one big black motherfucker. All right, before I leave, this is, what do you call a fat, two-faced liar? A hypocrite! Boom! It's a horrible joke. Because he's fat. All right. What do you call a skinny two-faced liar? An LA 10! Boom! Because she's a horrible person. Hey, shut up, Rebecca. No one likes you, Rebecca. Go back to Omaha, Rebecca. You're an emotional too, Rebecca. I've had a lot of problems with Rebeccas. Hookah lounge. I don't know whether you've been smoking too much, but I said Rebecca 4 times. And that means I hate Rebecca. You have been wonderful. I have been manic to the point of scary. Thank you so much. Give it up for your wonderful hosts and producers of the show. I'm Michael James Benson. I haven't killed anybody important. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Michael. Hey, well, I hope everybody out here is having a great time tonight. Once again, I am Jay the Fat Man Santa Maria, and I just want to talk to y'all about a little bit about Senior Citizen Night. Tonight we have a wonderful, wonderful guest here with us. He was actually managed to get his cane and put it to the side, and he doesn't need a wheelchair for the first time to come up to our stage tonight. Can we put our hands together and welcome Christopher Kostolefsky as seen on...
You can't remember now.
I can't even remember. You see, this is
Investigation Discovery.
On Investigation Discovery. This is the problem with being young. Our memory goes quick.
That's the problem with being young.
Well, don't feel bad that you got my name wrong. Nobody ever gets my name right. Usually they bring me up as Chris Colonoscopy. I don't know if it's that I'm 62, they think I need a colonoscopy, but I can't afford one. I have a bad health plan. I got a do-it-yourself colonoscopy kit in the mail. Piece of PVC pipe, flashlight, WD-40, and a rear-view mirror. What am I supposed to do with that? I'm not MacGyver. I still got stuff from IKEA that I haven't put together for 2 years. It's in pieces on the floor. What am I going to do with that? You know, it probably would have worked, though, if the PVC pipe was smaller and I had a bigger mirror and a lot more WD-40. If I look familiar to you, you might remember me from TV. I've done a few things on television. About 7 years ago, I did a commercial national spot for Metamucil. And it was weird. I went out on the audition, right? And there's 500 people for constipation. And the casting director pulled me aside and said, out of everyone she'd seen today, I was the most convincing for playing constipation. And I hadn't booked the spot yet. I'm driving home from the audition. I look in my rearview mirror and I go, I don't know if that's a compliment because I look like this all the time. But then I booked the spot, and then after that, I got one for Benefiber. And so I couldn't get any spots. I'd go in for like auditions for like theater and things like that. And they go, oh, you're the constipated guy. You're the backed up guy. This woman's feeling very uncomfortable. Yes, I'm 62 years old. You know, I've earned my stripes. I grew up in the 60s. I was a teenager in the 60s, let me tell you that. And I know all about free love and drugs and all that stuff. I experienced it all. These youngsters don't know what it's like. You just don't realize how great it was in the 60s. You could have sex at a concert and nobody'd even notice. On the ground at a concert, you could have sex, and the unprotected sex, you didn't have to worry about things like that you do now, sir. So be careful. Wrap it up. That's my advice to you. I'm the oldest comic you're going to see here tonight at 62 years old. I don't really hang out with older people. I live in a senior community. I avoid the seniors. All they want to do is talk about their ailments. The biggest mistake is one day they invited me over for their oil painting class. So, just so they would avoid me in the future, I started painting. We were doing landscapes, right? I did this really nice landscape, like this grassy hill with daisies, and I put a bunch of headstones on there. And I was never invited back. They won't even play bingo with me anymore. They avoid me. The weird thing is like I like dating younger women because I don't want to date the cougars. Because in my case, a cougar would be about 80 years old. And there's a woman in our senior complex that I think she really liked me. She goes, I haven't felt this good in a million years. I go, you're not a cougar, you're a dinosaur, lady. I'm into heavy metal music. I don't know about you guys. I'm a heavy metal guy. I don't look like it. I look like a Michael Bolton, Lawrence Welk kind of guy. But I really like heavy metal. I like Slipknot, Disturbed. I crank up the music. I'm driving down the street, right? Everybody sees me shaking my head. They think I'm having an epileptic seizure or a stroke. It's just my music. Just how I roll. I have a son who's 23 in the Marine Corps. Let's give it up for that. Simple five. Proud of my son. My son did his deployment, and he got back from Australia, and he told me about all the beautiful women down in Australia that he was with. Showed me the pictures. A little bonding time with your son. And then we got together I think it was about a month ago, we got together for dinner. And my son said a bunch of his buddies went to this country western place in San Dimas where I live, and it's a meat market where they pick up the cougars, they like the younger guys. So my son ended up with this beautiful blonde, and his friend took a picture of him making out with this girl, and I go, is that Sarah Webb? And he looks at me really weird, and I just, yeah, I've been there, done that. Talk about uncomfortable. My mom used to give me hand-me-downs, my son's getting mine now. Good for a relationship. But it's weird. It was one of these girls that I met on Match.com. We went on 3 dates. She wanted to move in with me on the 3rd date. Crazy. I figure a young Marine can handle a crazy bitch better than I ever could. So when I got home that day, what I did is I started a profile on that cougarlife.com. And I put my son's picture on it. I wasn't looking for a date. I just wanted to see what kind of women I could warn him to stay away from. There's a lot of irony in the world, don't you agree? A lot of irony. The bucket challenge, you did that today, Carlos? The bucket challenge, ice bucket challenge. The guy that came up with the idea for that just died 2 days ago. He kicked the bucket. Here's another thing that was on the news. This woman in New York had 50,000 bees in her apartment. Honeycombs everywhere. And guess where it was in New York? Queens. Queens bees. I think that's ironic. I was in LA. I don't know if you know where Guitar Center is in LA. Hookah Lounge people, I know you know where that is. Sunset Boulevard, you like that place, rock and roll. But they had the George Harrison Memorial Tree planted right there by the Guitar Center. It was planted in 2004. It just died 3 weeks ago. Guess what it died from? Beetle infestation. That's irony.
That's so sad.
Yeah. It wasn't Norwegian wood, obviously.
Oh,
There you go. Hey, stinger. Woo. Yeah.
Oh.
Throw that stuff out there. Yeah. I got a new agent in Hollywood. My agent said that I'm a cross between Ben Stein and Dr. Kevorkian. Sexy look. Women are looking at me. Call me after the show. Ben Stein and Dr. Kevorkian. I know how that date would end up. You'll either be hooked up to an IV or you'll have nice clear eyes when we're done with the date. Call me. Call me.
Oh, you're killing it.
Killing it. What am I getting? A bunch of nasty comments? Get the old fart. Get the old fart off the stage before he has a heart attack.
As far as I see, the messages are saying keep him up.
Oh, good. Okay. And I don't need Viagra either. So. Let me tell you this. I have a girlfriend now that we've been together for 2 years, and we're trying to, spicing things up in the bedroom. And she's getting weird about it. She's getting really weird. She said the other day, she goes, I want you to go Carl's Jr. on my vagina. And I'm going, okay, this is getting a little too weird. She goes, eat it like you mean it. If it's not in your face, it's not going in this place. Do I get curly fries with that? That's what I want to know. I don't normally do this. I'm more of a Christian comic. I don't do this dirty material. Trying to spice some things up a little bit. I'm just kidding.
Surprising me.
I haven't been to church in 40 years. What's that?
I was about to clap.
I went to you know why I haven't been to church in like 40 years? I went to Catholic school. I served 7 years. I got an early release though. Did you ever go to Catholic school?
I'm a director.
Of a Catholic school?
Yes. Religious education.
Whoa! Excuse me.
Awesome.
Well, I went to Catholic school in the 50s. I went to Catholic school in the 50s when child abuse was acceptable.
Yeah.
Yes, I have many scars. From that scar to that scar is 8 inches. And it comes in real handy buying wood at Home Depot. Now get this. My nun, Sister Mary, I was in 2nd grade. And there was this kid in class, this big, huge kid in class, and we always tease this guy. And I go, Greg likes Susie, Greg likes Susie. This guy picks me up and throws me through a car windshield. I had to go apologize to the owner of the car. Apologize for what? Being a projectile? And this same nun found me on Facebook. 92 years old, found me on Facebook. And before I accepted her as a friend, I changed my profile picture to a bloody wrist with a ruler so she'd remember me. And then after I accepted her as a friend, it said, would you like to poke Sister Ruth? Yes, I'd like to poke her in the eye with a stick. Through the heart with a hat pin. This woman is very uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I had to suffer through it. I always told my parents, I go, why didn't you discipline me? They said, well, we pay those nuns good money to discipline you. The worst thing about Catholic school, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but when I went to Catholic school, if you raised your hand to go to the bathroom, they wouldn't let you go. And then there was the walk of shame when you had to go to the bathroom after you shit your pants. There was a brown spot in the men's room from all the children that happened to, my brother even. Oh, I get the fan, thank you. I have one fan here, let's get it up. This garage is really cool. You know, I really didn't come here to do comedy. I came here to get an elliptical machine. And I thought maybe he could tune out my car. This is awesome. What other stuff can we talk about? I don't even know. I'm just kind of going off the hook here. I grew up in Northern California. You guys familiar with Northern California?
Yeah. Modesto.
I am from Colma.
Oh.
Colma, right outside San Francisco, where all the cemeteries are, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't be going back there soon. Actually, I'm going to be cremated. I've got it figured out. My ashes are going in the Folgers coffee can where I keep my weed right now. I'm going to change my last name to Folgers. It's a lot easier to spell and say than Kostolefsky. You know, that is the best part of waking up, the weed in the can, not the coffee. How you doing, ladies? You digging this Ben Stein look here? Yeah, it's a sexy look. Yeah, it's like my commercial career's gone great. I've done the stuff, the Metamucil stuff, the constipation. Now I'm moving up the ladder. I'm doing catheters. Next time I come back from the show, I'll be riding a rascal scooter right into the garage. Gonna be perfect. Yeah. I've got a lot of people in my senior community. I think they're in the metal music too. It's weird. This woman had a Metallica t-shirt, but then I just found out she had a hip replacement. And there's another woman who was wearing a Weezer t-shirt. I didn't know if she was a fan of Weezer or she was just, she started wheezing. Probably came with the oxygen tank. I don't know. But her husband, guess what he was wearing? A Limp Biscuit t-shirt. That's appropriate. How's your pizza, folks? Is it good? Would you like me to bring you another slice? Would you like me to fill that bowl in that hookah? Hookah, hookah, hookah. Hookah, hookah, hookah. This is fun stuff. Yeah, let me read this to you. I got this in the mail. I'm a member of AARP, or I used to be a member. I've stopped because I got on every mailing list. Every day I get an email, I get something in the mail. I just got this in the mail for a cremation from the Neptune Society. I've got that covered. I've already got the Folgers can. I don't need it. But this thing said if I fill this out, I can win a prepaid cremation. Fill it out and get a prepaid cremation. Last month's winner was Eddie Munoz. That's what it says right here. So Eddie Munoz will be dead by next week. You win that, you know you're going to die. You know, the prize I want would be an unlimited bank account and unlimited supply of weed at my dispensary. That would be my prize. Back to Colma. Talk about Colma a little bit more. I don't think if you know about Colma, there's 18 cemeteries in 2 square miles in Colma. And we lived down the street from a coffin maker. In the window it said, "Thinking inside the box." The slogan for Colma, look this up, you can find it on the internet, cityofthedead.com. The slogan is, "It's great to be alive in Colma." It's great to be anywhere but Colma. The nice thing about Colma, though, we were in bands in Colma. We played a lot of music. We could play all night long and never piss off the neighbors. It was perfect. We also lived down the street from a crematorium. That was the worst time to have a barbecue, when they fired up the crematorium. You see the flumes of smoke coming out of the crematorium? They go, "Hey, what's on the grill? Chuck? Bob? Eunice?" Here's an interesting tidbit about Colma. In 1970, Tina Turner was on tour up there, and her little dog died, and she wrapped it in her mink coat and had it buried about a mile from her house at Pets Res Cemetery. So if you're looking for a mink coat, I know where to dig one up dirt cheap. People always ask me, how did you play constipation as an actor? You know, you got the method actors, Stanislavski, all that, Meisner. They asked me how you play that. I said, it's very simple. I watch a lot of Steven Seagal movies. You wonder why he breaks people's arms and throws them through the window. He's backed up. He hasn't taken a shit in 27 years. Or done a good movie in 27 years. I'd be backed up too. I'd be pretty angry. I just saw one of his newer movies, and what's with the Eddie Munster thing going on? You see, it's got to be a wig. He must have the same hairstylist as Nick Cage. It's pretty scary. I don't know what my big closer is going to be. My big closer is going to be, I'm going to get back to the senior center tonight because they have bingo and pudding. That's my big closer. Thank you. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. And once again, thank you everybody over at Stars. We appreciate you. And Wild Willies, we appreciate you guys too. By the way, everybody who's been talking to the pizza parlor, it's Wild Willie's Pizza Parlor. in Inglewood. If you guys want to go eat there, go on ahead and check it out. And for everybody that wants to get some hookah, the Hookah Lounge has 50 seats left available at Stars Hookah Lounge, 226 Sepulveda. All right, go check that place out. Go get yourself some great hookah. Also, real quick, we always do birthday shout outs for the Hookah Lounge as they call us up and they want a birthday shout out. So, hold on. I got your name right here. Little miss.
Way to be prepared, dude. You couldn't even do Chris's name.
Christina Ramirez, happy birthday.
Yay, Christina! We're happy you're alive, Christina.
You're 18, which makes you legal.
To smoke hookah. Congratulations, you now can legally smoke in that shop.
Hey, you're 18, so you know what that means? It means you're ready for Short, Chubby, and Fuzzy to come your way. That's right. Flavor Saver is here for you,
I'm
girl.
gonna steal the mic from you and keep this up. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, our next comic coming up here is Michael Scott. Put your hands
Black
together.
Michael
The Black Michael Scott.
There you go.
Going on.
Black Michael Scott.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Glad to be here, and I'm glad y'all ain't turned that big ass fan on. My skinny ass probably be like, whoa! It's all good. This is a pretty interesting show. I haven't done a show like this. You know, we got the disabled Michael James Benson one arm, got a blind Mexican here. Pretty interesting. You know what I mean? And don't worry, what is it? Wild Willie's Pizza? Don't worry, Wild Willie's Pizza. I know you see me here, only black dude here. I ain't about to come up there and rob y'all, nothing like that.
It's in Inglewood. They're all black.
Well then, I might be on my way down there. Plus, if y'all thought I was gonna rob y'all and all that, that's racist. That's like black on black racism and shit. You got a dude here named Rob Banks. You know, I think he would put a pizzeria into mine. If the money's worth it, I guess, Rob Banks. If the money's worth
That
it.
makes sense.
You know, but I do feel safe here since we got somebody blind and disabled person here. Like if the cops came here, I'm hiding behind y'all motherfuckers, man. Knowing the cops would probably still fuck y'all. They'd probably handcuff Michael James Benson one arm. They had mace blind Dez. Like, what you trying to see? The hell are you macing for? Run all the Mexicans' IDs. And after that, they'd be like, all right, where's the black guy? We know he's around here somewhere. You know. Just keep him away from Chris, because if they say I did anything, like make terroristic threats, you know, I don't know, Chris is kind of old white guy. Sometimes they eyesight go out of tune. Like, I don't know, he might have said that. Be a big debate, but it is what it is. Be a debate now if he actually said some terroristic threats, but it is what it is. Don't be afraid of me. I am an honest Negro. I want to let y'all know. Like, I'm so much of an honest Negro that sometimes it fucks with my conscience and shit like that. Like, the other day I went to the store and, you know, rarely the cashier will overpay you. She overpaid me $10, so I drove back and gave it to the cashier. She was like, got kind of mad, snatched the $10. Are you like, you sure this is real? My conscience fucked with me when I got in the car. Like, man, you gave her that money back, $10? That's a whole gram of weed, man. Don't ever give no money back. Next time, stick to the script and be a real Negro. You know, so it is what it is. I don't know if y'all know. This place that I'm from is called Buffalo, New York. We known for losing like 4 Super Bowls. Yes. But it's a very cool place because like it's always in the top 10 in America murders and like the top 10 in teenage pregnancy. So I think that's kind of cool. Well, at least they replace people after they kill them. And it's like a system that continuously rotates because 9 times out of 10 the baby mama can't find the baby daddy. The cops can't find the killer because 9 times out of 10 the baby daddy done went out and killed somebody, or somebody done killed the baby daddy, or the cops looking for baby daddy. Or y'all get it. But we moved from New York City up to Buffalo, which is a small town. So my parents got that whole small town mentality and shit. Like they believe everything they see on TV. Like if it's on TV, they believe it. You know, so I told them that I was moving to LA at the wrong time. Like right after they saw Men's Society and Boys in the Hood for the first time and shit. So like my mom started tripping out. She was like, LA? No, not LA. The bullets is gonna kill you, boy. You know, and good thing that my dad was there to correct her. He was like, boy, don't listen to your mama. Everybody know there's way more Crips in LA than Bloods. You know, All right, thank y'all. But one thing that I will say, that growing up in Buffalo is kind of crazy because, like, every family they say has one drug addict. So I guess you could say my family hit the lottery, like, because my oldest brothers, like, was crackheads and shit. And I grew up with a lot of fucked up shit growing up with crackheads. Like, you get side effects from growing up with crackheads. Like, I don't like being in no one's house for 1 minute by myself. If something pop up missing, I don't want you blaming me for shit. You know, if I went in there now and you was like, oh, I forgot my car, something in my car, guess what? I'm going with you to your car. I don't like being around unattended persons. If something pop up missing, I don't want to be blamed for that shit. Also, I hide shit from myself a lot, because you know, you live with a crackhead, you know, you stealing shit, so you gotta hide shit from yourself. So I still do that out here. I be hide shit in my apartment, but it's like, from who? I live by my fucking self. Like, who am I hiding this from? You know. But it is what it is. I like LA, and I like y'all because y'all don't have like plastic surgery and shit like that. Because I get jealous of people with plastic surgery. I'm stuck with a fucking long neck. Ain't no plastic surgery for this shit. But I take advantage of it. I can see things and hear things quicker than you all. And like, let's say an ostrich broke out of the LA Zoo and just ran down the 10th freeway all the way down here. Y'all will all have to get up and run, be calling the cops and all that. I will protect your house. I will hold it down with my long neck. You know, when I was younger, like, my brother took advantage of my long neck before I did. Like, he had me working on the top of a drug house, helping them look out for cops and shit. Like, I'd be up there, hey, yo, the cops coming. They 3 miles away. They 3 miles away. Nobody got caught under my shit. Let's see. It's a lot of shit going on in the news, and don't worry, I ain't about to go on that Ferguson shit. I actually want to, you know, come out alive, and I don't know who's watching this shit. Y'all hiding the IP address?
No.
Oh, yeah, not so people can just come here and try
They
to
can
go.
find us.
All right, I ain't gonna do that joke. I ain't gonna do that joke. I did read that they got this whole slots available for moving to Mars. Like, I guess we almost finished fucking up the Earth. Like, we done went down the whole checklist. So like, all right, let's go to Mars and start all over again. And I was thinking about doing it because I'm like, man, ain't no credit score on Mars. Like, I can start fresh. You know? But then I thought about it. I'm like, there's no government, no Emancipation Proclamation on Mars. Like, what if I went there and the tour guide flipped the whole situation on me and shit? Like, I went to Mars looking around. Oh, shit. And the tour guide was like, well, what are you looking at? Mars ain't gonna build itself. Get to work. Be fucked up on Mars, man. It'd be like 1,000 years before God would send a Martin Luther King to Mars to help me out. And I don't know, maybe in the hookah lounge, y'all got some white people there, so I don't want y'all to think with all this shit going on that I have a problem with white people, because I don't. You know, I saw 12 Years a Slave, and I still don't have a problem with white people. Like, I think it was the second time that I watched 12 Years a Slave, I was like, man, fuck that, I hate cotton. I hate cotton. Any of y'all blacks watching this got 100% cotton t-shirts on, you need to be goddamn ashamed of yourself. This is polyester, so you ain't gotta worry about me. Kmart, you know. Yeah. But I hate cotton, man. I hate cotton so much that I stopped smoking weed because that shit make you cotton mouth. It was that deep. It was that deep. What else is on the news? Oh, they got these new pills that make semen taste like pineapple. Yeah, I'm like, man, they can do a little bit better than that. I guess you can call me the angry Negro now. I'm gonna show y'all this side. Like, man, they can do better than pineapple. That's like for the Asia Pacific Hawaiian chicks. You know, I date a lot of black chicks. When they gonna make gravy? I date white chicks too. When they gonna make bacon? I mean, they gotta switch it up a little bit. Also on the news, you seen how the world is going all crazy and shit. Like, the world is just, at least this country, it's like flipping. Like, all the roles are flipping. Like, now you got female, the female teachers is raping the high school boys before they become men, and then they snitching and telling. I'm like, damn, where was these teachers at when I was in high school, man? I would have just took that A. I would have said shit. You know, you got white girls twerking now. Like, white girls are the biggest twerkers now. Where the hell did this shit come from? Like, when I was in high school, white girls had no rhythm. The only white girls that had rhythm was on the cheerleading team, and that was only when we were winning, and they did that little A, B. It's like, they twerking and shit now. What the fuck? You know, it's like, I feel like this country is turning into actoramo. which is America spelled backwards and shit like that. Ocarina. Can you imagine Ocarina? If this was really Ocarina, just imagine if this was really Ocarina. Jesus would have died white, Michael Jackson would have died black. Justin Bieber be like the clean as a whistle. He'd be a spokesperson for people. Other than that, Justin Timberlake had 3 felonies by now. And Barack Obama will be the first Republican Caucasian president who couldn't get the bill passed. Because of the Democrats headed by Wayne Brady. As y'all can tell online in here, I am a little crazy, you know, and I'm extra crazy because I'm black and I got a therapist. Because, you know, black people, we don't fuck with therapy. You know, we do stupid shit like, you know, go into stores and rob this shit without no plan and get caught fucked up in the head or whatever. But I got a therapist. I'm not going to do no shit like that. I got a therapist, and they use that whole hypnosis scheme on me with the watch. And that shit works because her theme is forget about the past, forget about the past. And I forgot about the past. It's just now I got a whole bunch of bill collectors calling me. And I'm trying to refer them to the therapist so they can forget about the past. You know, let's keep this shit going. Let's keep this shit going. I moved over in the Santa Monica area with all these transgenders, man. Like, yeah, I moved over there from the East Coast to do this acting shit. And I'm like, wow. They taught me about code reading and auditions and all that in college, but they didn't teach me how to tell like the difference between a man and a woman and shit like that. So, you know,
I can tell you.
I'm sure. Yeah, you be fucking the trans, so I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll have to bring Mike with me home sometime and be like, "Are you trying to get at me, Mike? Is this a man or a woman?" You know, but
I can tell.
well, I saw one the other day on CNN, and this was like a special transgender. Like, this one was in the military for like 10 years and was afraid to come out because he was like, you know, he thought he would die from being a double agent and shit like that. But I was thinking about it, I was like, damn, that'd be a great James Bond movie. I mean, they have to switch it up and call it like Jamie Bond or Stacy Bond or something like that. But, you know, that'd be kind of hot. But when I saw him on CNN, I'm like, man, I can't tell if this dude is a man or a woman, you know, and that hit me. I'm like, that's why they changed the law from don't ask, don't tell to we gotta ask because we can't tell. It made perfect sense. It made perfect sense. And technology is just changing this fucking world up. Like, even Uber, we ain't at a club, so I saw y'all walk here. Nobody here took Uber today. Dez, did you take Uber?
I'm taking it home.
Oh, you taking it home? All right. I fucking hate Uber because it's like, ever since Uber, I got a nice car, right? So the last few months when I pull up to park, some old lady would be like, oh, here I am, Uber driver. I'm like, man, ain't this about a bitch? Like, in the 90s, if you black and you had a nice car, you're a drug dealer. 2014, you gotta be an Uber driver. Like, that shit is crazy. And it's like, now you can't even give people just regular information. And I'll end it like this. You can't even give people just regular information. I gave this girl my name and my birthday thinking she was gonna put it into a Zodiac app. You know, Aquarius, Gemini, and all that shit. She took my name and my birthday and put it through this app that ran through 50 state prison systems. And that was the last time I saw her. Thank y'all, that's my set.
All right. Thank you, Mike. All right. So our next comedian is a very familiar comedian. In fact, he's all too familiar to this show because he's the host. He's one of the ugliest men I've ever met in my life.
Jesus.
And aside from that, he's got to be the only guy in the room whose kid could beat him up. Let's all welcome Silos the comedian.
All right. We know he was talking about, he can't tell the difference between whether or not the girls are guys or not. Des can see right through that.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man.
If we're gonna pick on all the disabilities in here, minorities are the disability at the moment, because once we get pulled over, we don't have any chance of getting away with that stuff. It's true. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off just by saying, I know some of you are just glad, finally some eye candy comes up on the stage here. And some of you are now considering becoming diabetic. Oh,
Jesus.
I know I'm not the catch of the day here. I'm obviously, some of you would be considering throwing me back. Talking about why do we catch bait? Oh man, but I've actually been told many times that I look a lot like my family, and I've actually been told by a priest that I look familiar. Oh, and one of my guests here in the audience here just realized what story I'm about to tell. It's about her. I'm pointing you out, sis. But no, a priest was being introduced to our family randomly. My sister just happened to be introducing our sister at first, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I can see how you guys look alike." And she sees me come up, and she tells him, "Oh yeah, this is my little brother." And he goes, "Yeah, I can see the similarities." And I said, "Yeah, but she shaved this morning." And the priest laughed so hard, I turned, and I did not get the best look from her. But I was giggling. Exactly. My phone has like perfect timing. And speaking of my phone having perfect timing, I've gotten in trouble with my phone in church because at one point I had my ringtone set as The Simpsons. And the priest comes up, starts the he goes, turns, looks at all of us and says, "Let us pray." And my phone went, "Don't!" Yeah, that's awesome timing. Once again, I'm giggling. I turn to the right. My mom is going. I was then encouraged to put my phone on silent. Yeah, that really worked for me. Gosh, I'm just looking at all the stuff I have here. I'm actually trying some new stuff tonight. I've been using a lot of different material. I'm still, practicing for my show coming up on the 18th of September. If y'all want to come out, Dave & Buster's on the 18th at 8 o'clock. That's Ontario. Don't come to the LA one. You're not going to see me. Oh, gosh. Now, I want to say, I love my family to death, and I know they love me. And how can I tell? It's because they tell me. And my son gave me the perfect example recently on Father's Day, because he gave me a nice little thing he made. My 6-year-old, that he wrote this little thing in school, and it said, for Dad on Father's Day, And the first line on it, I opened it up, and it says, "My dad is tall." My older son heard this line, and he goes, "You're messed up, Dad." Because he knows the truth. I'm the second tallest in my family. And if you realize every one of these comedians that have come up are actually taller than me, I have to stand on a platform to look at Chris in the eye. But to a 6-year-old, yes, I am tall. So that works for me. The next line comes up. "My dad is a monster who always farts." I'll have you know I am not a monster. I'll let that sink in. The last line was, "My dad had black hair." He's got one down, so that's okay. I'm happy with that now. He finishes off, this whole thing had a few pages of stuff, but apparently all of it referred to the fact that I just took him to McDonald's for Pokemon toys, and that was my favorite restaurant. So, ladies, if you're looking for someone who is a cheap date, that's very flatulent, I'm your man. And I'm kidding, Heather. I'm just going to put it out there. I've got a girlfriend. She's actually taller than me. And when we walk hand in hand, it looks like she's walking me to school. So, I have to get past those things. But the only reason, I met her online. I met her through online dating. I've been doing online dating for a long time here. I did this before Match or eHarmony, all that. Sorry, Chris. Sometimes you get the luck of the draw. Sometimes you get what you got. Yeah, I'm putting it down like that. I've been going through all this. I met my ex-wife on chat room. And yeah, I said ex. And like I said, I have 2 kids, which just means nerds can procreate. And so, I think about this all the time, that, I've done this. I've dated for a long time. I've dated a couple white girls, a couple Latinas. Recently dated a Filipina, and that one was going so well, she opted to be deported. You know, she told me our relationship was going in different directions. I didn't realize she had to book a flight for hers. Yeah, oh my gosh, that was just a messed up joke right there in the first place. I'm going back to my notes. I think I should clean this up here. Yeah, clean up. I haven't even said the dirty word yet. Now, I'm going to go off on a new bit here. We know kids say the darndest things, as my son so proved. But as men, when do we know we stepped over the line? I want to, this is an exercise for the men right now. First thing I want you to do, every one of the guys in here, open your mouth. Therefore, you've gone too far. All right. You realize now, as soon as we open our mouth, something wrong is going to come out of our mouth, especially if you're in a relationship. They're going to say, no, you're wrong. Now, here's a prime example of why we realize we step over the line. The one question that gets us in the most trouble, does this make me look fat? There is no right answer to that question whatsoever. If we say no, there are follow-up questions that we're going to get wrong. And if you don't believe us, it's because, oh, so you don't like these shoes, you don't like this dress? I'm still trying to figure out, with all the women, do you all have to do the hokey pokey to get into your pants? You know, you put your right leg in, take your right leg out, right leg, you shake it off, and go all the fight. I've seen this fight many times. And all I can say is I can put the thing to music and it will work. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I'm just keep going here about the fact that, you know, I know one other thing that some women don't like about us. It's that breathing thing we do. You know, some of you just really hate that. You know, we get this whole thing about, you know, I can hold my breath for about 2 minutes before I pass out. Now, Chris was mentioning that I did the ice bucket challenge, and yeah, I did that ice bucket challenge earlier today. It's up on YouTube already. You can see it. Now, that water was so cold, my outie became an innie. I'm not even talking about my belly button. Yeah, it gets worse sometimes. That's all I can say. You know, oh my gosh. My sister just turned red, and she's like, I don't want to know this. I just said that in front of family. Thank you very much. You know, like I said, I've done the online dating stuff. You know, I had to add one time that a girl was asking for a three-way, and I sent her a picture of each of my hands. I said, I got this covered. She sent me a picture of her hand, said, you want a fourth? Oh, gosh. My girlfriend took me into one of those adult shops recently, and I thought, oh, yeah, we're going to get something really fun. And I was like, what? She just told me, no, you're going in for self-help. She told me, she pointed out some visual aids and some tools. And if you don't know what I'm talking about magazines, DVDs, and toys. So once my card was maxed out, all right, I've got the family member to leave. Snap a picture of this one. Come on now, this is Instagram now.
That's what you want.
All right, so social experiment time. We're going to see what happens when everyone pulls out their phone. So when you pull out your phone, what is the first thought in your head?
Why is it dead?
Yeah, well, dead. That's what I was going to point out right now. If he looks at his phone, he doesn't know that it's low on battery. As far as we know, he's full charge. He could be typing out a message on his little machine, and it's still dead. You know, it's been dead for like 3 days. He's thinking, I'm just sending off a text right now. You know, let me explain that joke a little better for you. Dot, dot, dot. Bump, bump, dot. You know, this is just how it goes. But the first thing we always think about when we pull out our phones, usually our first thought is, I'm going to click on that Facebook icon. And do you realize Facebook owns us? And I'm serious about this because everything you log onto right now all has that first step. Log in with Facebook.
Not Messenger.
Yeah, it's Facebook Messenger. Come on, you can't even step away from that. This is just how bad it is. Facebook owns us. When we go to, when Chris goes to apply, pay for his cremation, it says, "Do you want to log in with Facebook?" It's gonna have its own profile on Facebook by itself. Pictures posted from Instagram as he's just getting lit. He's in there with a lighter going, "Come on, we can get this." Oh my gosh. This is going to be fun when I post this on there. And I just auditioned for a show that has to be completely clean. They're going to be like, "You just talked about an Audi, and I don't think we're going to say that's appropriate for our show." But I got this. I got this already. Snap pictures. Come on, I'll post. Uh-oh. This is where we have fun. This is a anything goes show. This is my web show. I let anything happen. And many times we've been bent over. Right, Jay? Yeah, we've been bent over. We actually did the booty flip cup challenge in here. Come on. That was great. I won. I'm just telling you right now. That cup did not flip any better than I did it. And yeah, I'm just keep on going with this stuff. I'm already out of the paperwork here. I've gone through all kinds of material that I've got right now. I've gone through my dating material stuff. I can say the only reason I've been doing online dating is because I don't have to tell them what I look like. A lot of times I don't even have to tell them how much I have because I could say I'm ghetto wealthy, which just means I can afford a Happy Meal. It just works out, come on, I've gone through a long family relationship here, obviously. I am one of 8 kids. Yes, I am Mexican. And being Mexican, you obviously know I am Jewish. Kidding, I'm Catholic. And I love the Catholic workout, kneel, sit, stand. This is why I look this way. I'm kidding. No, I used to work for Bally Total Fitness. Look at before, right here, after. Come on now. I worked for Bally Total Fitness for 4 years, and this is the best they got. They fired me for obvious reasons. Come on now. Oh man. I worked for Homeland Security. I didn't realize why they had to let me go. They realized I was trying to get too many family members back in. Yeah. Oh gosh. I worked for a company called Hershey. And before you even think about it, no, it wasn't the chocolate company. It was a place that just did copies, digital copies of stuff. We had, scan papers, put it all through. And, I worked for a bunch of different places. I worked for a workers' comp firm, and all it was a file clerk. And they fired me after a month because they said I didn't look happy as a file clerk. I'm pretty sure, I was thrilled to death in kindergarten that I knew my ABCs, but at this point, I'm not really caring about the ABCs anymore. Computers do it for me. I don't have to know this stuff. Gosh, I could keep going. I'm not proud. I've been doing this show for over 1.5 years now, and no one's told me stop.
Stop.
My sister came back in, by the way. She had to recover from the innie to an outie, whatever joke. She's still pretty red. Obviously, I'm using that one later on. All right. My name is Silos Martin. This is The Garage. I'm going to be at the Ontario Dave & Buster's on September 18th. Come out and see me. That's a competition for me, so I need to get some money out of this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my host here, my co-host, Jay, the Fat Man Santa Maria. His set is next. We're gonna give him 3 minutes because we don't want him talking.
Yeah. Get your skinny ass off the stage. Nobody want to see that.
Hold on, I forgot my phone.
All right.
Jesus.
Jeez. Just can't get it up that camera, can you?
Yeah.
God, the camera had enough of you already, though. Now, most of y'all know me, and for those of you who don't, well, you're unlucky. But you're about to become very lucky. Now, I've been doing this whole stand-up thing for 14 years now. I started out when I was 18 years old, and I've been doing this for a really long time. And in my time of doing this stand-up, I've come to learn 3 very important things about being on stage. Okay? Number 1, self-promotion. Yes, my t-shirt says Santa Maria on it. That's right. Come check me out. 2, it pays to be the dirtiest guy in the room, so I haven't showered in a week. And 3, and this is the most important thing about being on stage in any stage in the world. No matter how bad your jokes are, no matter how horrible you are, you just got to deliver. Hey, by the way, who ordered the pepperoni? Ooh, that killed. Alright, anyways, check this out. I'm the fat guy who's there to tell you the truth. And I am telling these horrible, horrible jokes right now because I saw my soon-to-be grandmother-in-law walk through the back gate and I can't do my actual set. And that is the honest-to-God truth at this point. Everybody there at the Hookah Lounge, you know this. You've seen me perform live. And I'm just waiting, I am waiting. And the door is closed. All right, now it's time for the dirtiest motherfucker on stage to get here. Okay, you know, there is something everybody wants to know about me, and everybody wants to know why it is that I'm so obsessed with telling the truth. There is a reason why I'm obsessed with telling the truth, and the reason is because all women are liars. That's right, every single woman out there is a liar. I don't care who she is, I don't care what she does for a living, she is a liar. Because every woman has used one of these 3 phases. Or maybe it happens to everybody. Or maybe it's not a big deal. And the last and final one is, oh, it's the perfect size for me. And we all know that's a lie, guys. Every last one of us. You know, aside from women being liars, which they are, women also have this thing, and society has created this thing, this stigma about women being like cats, graceful, calm, easy to deal with, nice. That is the biggest fucking lie there is in the world. Okay? Let me tell you something. Women are more like dogs. Okay? Women are exactly like dogs. Okay? You walk into a house and you see a woman and the first reaction she gets is, where were you? 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 And all of a sudden, you're like, where's my car keys? Where's my car keys? Where's my car keys? You go to get into a car, you want to take a ride? That's fine, that's great. You're a guy, that's what you do, right? No, not if a woman's around. No. The first thing she wants to do is she wants to sit next to the window, roll down the window. It's hot in here, it's hot in here. Oh no, it's cold. I'm gonna roll it up, I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna ask you questions. Oh, you're not looking at me. Why aren't you looking at me? Aren't I beautiful? Guys, this is exactly the problem. Okay? Every single man in this world is, oh, I'm getting the death stare. I'm getting the stare like, you're not even funny. Why are you doing this tonight? And its bad part is it's coming from a friend. God. Okay, in case you didn't know, friend, Jackie, this is new material for me. I'm trying something completely different. I've never done this set before. Okay? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Because I do my real set here, I know I'm gonna offend you, and my future auntie-in-law is walking back out here, and I don't think she wants to hear me talking about eating pussy.
He's talking about pussy. He's talking about pussy. I don't know where she
Because if I sit here and do my normal set, I have family members that will do exactly what she just did and walk back through the door. So this is all new material. And with this new material comes some new outlooks on life. This new outlook is, this does not work for me. I cannot do clean comedy in any way, shape, or form. But when I have this garage door open and I have two young daughters sitting in the house who might be listening to me, I am terrified to be up here on stage right now. I became a parent at a very young age. I became a parent at the age of 14.
Ooh, impressive.
Most people hear that and they're like, that can't be true. That is not humanly possible. How does a 14-year-old create a baby? Well, you see, the way it works is you get really drunk at the age of 14. Okay? And aside from introducing alcohol, you have an older brother who's a weed dealer who introduces you to marijuana for the first time. And then he finds the ugliest possible girl in the party and tells her to go show you a good time and turn you into a man. You know how they say two ugly people make a gorgeous daughter or a gorgeous kid? They're absolutely 100% right, because my daughter has won Miss Santa Fe Springs twice. So being the ugliest guy in the room tonight, I've come up with a few things. What? Oh no, they're cracking jokes in the back. I mean, come on, ladies, you want to get a piece of this? Come on.
I guess grenades aren't that bad after all. You got a bomb, dude. You got a bomb.
Yeah. Everybody does it.
Yeah, this is actually not my first time bombing. And in 14 years of doing this, I have been booed off of more stages than I can count. I think the worst thing that ever happened to me was freezing on a night where I got up on stage for a competition. It was at the Laugh Factory in Orange County. And they were auditioning people. Well, not auditioning, it was a competition. It was a stage competition. I get up on stage. I am the ripe, beautiful, young age of 31. And
Recently.
I not only bomb on stage, I don't think I said a single word. For the first time in my life, I was starstruck. And I was in complete and total awe of every single judge that was sitting before me. And here's a repeat of my biggest bomb.
Oh, Jesus.
Continue bombing, please.
And yes, this is the end of my show because this is the worst night of my life. Hey, Carlos, come on up here, man. Hey, in all reality, there is a couple of things that we want to do tonight. If we could get all of the comics to come on up here.
Okay, I was already just gonna walk up here.
Yeah, no, we want you coming up here.
Okay.
There's something that happened in our community, and when I say our community, I mean
The comedy.
the comedy community as a whole. I'm sure everybody knows that this month we lost a very funny man.
Lana Turner. We lost Lana Turner.
R.I.P. Lana.
Lauren Bacall.
Yeah, Lauren Bacall. It was a sad moment for me too.
Yeah.
And Lana Turner.
Rest in peace, Mike Brown.
Oh yeah, Mike Brown. Mike Brown. All right, but no, we're going to go ahead and be serious. You know, we lost a great man in the comedy. I can't even say the word. The comedy world.
Sad.
Tommy Morris from the Comedy Store.
Yeah, but the thing
we
is,
lost
he was-
him.
we lost Robin Williams, and we're going to give a little moment to him to say, thanks for all the laughs we got, and we appreciate the fact that you gave us all those laughs for all those years, for how long you've been around, and we're gonna miss you, but I'm pretty sure you would want us to keep going and keep performing. So as long as we are performing, we're doing you a respect.
Yeah.
Jay, you got anything else to say?
We should do a slow clap.
What? We gotta make sure it's.
Sorry for making Mike here clap.
No. I'm not,
At least we
I rarely clap anymore.
Yeah,
so.
actually, there is something we all want to say here. I don't know where everybody's going to be at, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to let everybody know where you're going to be at
We're
soon.
gonna hand you a mic. We're gonna tell to say
But,
wherever you're gonna be at.
For me, September 8th at the Tin Hat. It's the farewell to the Tin Hat. I'm headlining that show. I promise I will not be bringing the stuff that I brought here tonight. You guys will hear good material. You guys will laugh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Short Chubby and Fuzzy will be doing his usual bit, so get used to.
All right.
Okay, I'm just letting you guys know.
I don't think I can follow what you just said. Christ.
Alright, you guys will be getting my
Oh
usual
my
set.
God. I've licked 54 vaginas and I've never done it that way. God. That's disgusting. Yeah, it's a perfect even number, 54 vaginas. So. Yeah, the 35 with this one. This has been in 35 vaginas. Anyway, let's move on. You can, my name is Michael James Benson. I am at MJB Comedy on Twitter. I am doing 27th, 28th, and 29th. I'm going to be in Arizona doing some road gigs out there. If you want to know more, just look me up under Michael James Benson on Facebook or at MJB Comedy on Twitter. And I've already said that, but I'm also fairly alone. I like redheads. I like them curvy with
This
big
isn't a dating
boobs.
site.
No. But there are people at a hookah lounge and a pizza shop that know how to eat pizza, and I like those types of women. Oh, Anyway, but that's all I really wanted to say. I know how to do sex the regular way. I've done it 22 times, so I'm good. All right, let's just move to the next comedian. Let's give it to the blind guy. Hey, that's bad. But yeah, here we go.
Alright, thanks, man. My name is Des Delgadillo. I'm doing Flappers in Burbank on August 28th. Flappers in Claremont on August 30th. No, the 31st. Don't go to the 30th show, not there. And if you want to know more or check out my podcast, go to Things Des Says, that's Des with an S.net.
I'm Chris Kostolefsky, the senior member. I'm going to be out at Flappers in Burbank Tuesday night for 2 shows. Come out and see me, and I'll be doing senior centers all throughout Southern California. So you probably won't see me there because you're all too young. So next comment.
My name is Rob Banks, and just follow me on Twitter at Comic Rob Banks, and I'll let you know when the next one is. Thank you.
All right. Give over here, Mike.
Oh, they was just going, all right, let's end the show.
Let's end the show. The black guy has nothing to say.
Right.
He already did his minutes and he didn't blow the light. So go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I got
Des didn't even see the light.
By the way, I wanted to say, if anybody ever says you're a legal immigrant, call me. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. Fucking get over the border.
Yay, illegal immigrants.
No. But anyway, y'all can. I'm gonna be at where the fuck am I gonna be? Oh, August 27th at the Dudes of Buy show on Eagle Rock.
Yeah, I love that show.
Are you like? Yeah. You can go on my Facebook, facebook.com Michael Anthony Scott. Twitter, I'm at movie Mike Scott, and my Instagram, Michael Anthony Scott. Actually, I could have just skipped and just told y'all to go to my website. I got all that shit on there. MichaelAnthonyScott.com.
He's very good.
I'm alright, man.
He's good.
I'm alright. But I'm glad that I made it safe through the show. Everything was alright.
Yeah.
Alright, I
No
want to say
one
thanks to all
died.
the comedians that came onto the show tonight. And, special thanks to my guest host all the time, my co-host, Jay the Fat Man Santa Maria.
Oh, he doesn't look that fat.
Yeah, trust me, when he
yeah,
rolls
I've seen
over,
this
we
couple
feel it.
Looks are deceiving.
Yeah, we know he's hiding something under that shirt.
Black is very slimming.
Not slimming enough. Not slimming enough.
Skinny man.
Cause yeah, this is coming from the skinny dude. This black is really slimming because I just look like I'm about to disappear.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful show.
And you know what? Once again, I'm saying thanks to every one of the guys who've come on to this show here. You guys were great. You're funny. And we're going to do this again. It's going to be coming up very soon because this show is one of our best. Thank you very much. This is the garage. Woo!